everyone, tag 50. Apparently the next two are going to be a bit more chunky, so let's excuse me, let's do this easily, quick and fast. So I've cut out some circles, got a bit of satin, I've got a bit of Huss's shirt, seems to be a theme. I realised though that I wanted to use that side and I'd put the the pen that heat erases, but then I looked at the other side and went, oh okay, I'll use that, that's fine. So how is everyone? There's only 2 tags, isn't that amazing? We got through this whole year. Excited to start a new project with Rachel and Sarah from Roxy Creations, and I'm using a little bit of batting with a nice bit of edge. This is a little bit of avocado dyed material that I had that I cut a circle out of. Now yesterday I went out to Woodend and it was absolutely beautiful. It was about 28 degrees I think. I know to some places in the world that's probably a heat wave, but that's just really nice for us because we have had such a wet start to summer. But anyway, it's already 25 degrees today. It's only 9 AM, is it? 9:30. I've just watered my vegetables. Snails have eaten all my lettuce. So my trick didn't work. And it's going to be 30 or 32 today. So I'm thinking I'm going to get all my projects done in the morning. I've got to visit one lady round the corner who wants me to mind her cat for a bit over Christmas, and of course as I printed out my because if anyone was listening the last time I spoke about it, the amount of cat sitting, there's no dogs, there was 2 rabbits, I've already done them. But the amount of cat sitting is at least 4 times my normal amount at Christmas. So I've had to make an Excel spreadsheet. So as soon as I printed out the one and said, that is my final copy, I'm not printing out any more, someone else booked in and then someone else changed their dates. So I've decided from now on, I'm just scribbling on the thing. But because there's so many, I had to also make up a spreadsheet. Actually, I started using, so if anyone's interested, it's probably a boring topic, but I tried to use an Excel spreadsheet and I was having all sorts of trouble with it because I didn't want to pay the once a year for Microsoft Word and stuff. But if you didn't know, you can go into Google. So there's Google Documents, but I found Google Sheets, and I found, well actually Lily showed me, it's just like an Excel spreadsheet, but you can log on and look at it from any computer, and also it just works the same way as an Excel spreadsheet. So I've got those. So I had to make a new one for the key pickups because I've got so many key pickups. I had to make a dedicated day to going around and picking up keys from everyone. Yeah, some people are happy to leave a key in the meter box, but for the most part, everyone likes you to go around and visit, give you the last instructions all over again, and make sure that everything's all right. And it's good for me because it means these are all new clients. I've only got 1 or 2 repeats. So these are all, 3 repeats. So I'm not used to the run of their house or how they like their cat to be fed or where things are. So it's good to go around more than once. Go around to meet them, and then they book me, and then I go around and pick the key up, get any last minute instructions, and that's it. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult, especially Christmas Day, but that's when everyone goes away, so you've got to take what you can get. and I just find I end up racing back from my sister's, which is an hour away, to feed all the cats that I'm meant to feed. But it's not really a bad job, it's quite easy. I don't have to see people. I can just say hello to the cat, give it a pat, feed it, come back home. Perfect for an introvert. So I wonder, what else is everyone getting up to for Christmas, I wonder? This looks like a deck chair, so it's very Australian. Now I've got this one up still. I don't know, where's that going? I guess it's going there. I probably should have started at this bottom end. Maybe I'll use a different colour. I bought a ham the other day. Now I've never bought a ham ever, I don't think, in my entire life. But I saw one, it was on special, and I bought it. And I texted my sister, who always does the ham, and I said, I got a ham. Hopefully you haven't got one. Shall I bring it? And she was so happy because she's been started doing her masters this year, so she was really happy to have one less thing she had to worry about. Now maybe I should do a different stitch. I don't know what stitch. What stitch do I want to do? I always get confused with blanket stitch because I think I learnt it right-handed, and then sometimes I tend to want to go and do it the other way. Once I've started, I'm okay. So I don't know if this is the left-handed way or the right-handed way. Doesn't matter, does it? It's one thing I've been enjoying watching. I watch, and I said this on my video, in Roxy's Journal of Stitchery that we've started. Watching Sarah sewing right-handed and Rachel sewing left-handed, and it made me realise that I have been watching a lot of left-handers for a change, with Ariane, Zerka and Rachel. Now, what else am I going to do on this? This is quite a dark colour on all of that, but I don't mind it. So I noticed that I was half watching Anne and seeing the circles, and the little buttons that she put on looked like circles too. But then I realised it was called wreath, and so my picture of a wreath is very different to what we're doing. So I guess I mustn't have been paying attention again. So I'm just doing circles. And some buttons. And what else? Oh, let's cast that off. Yes, I'm a bit worried that the next 2 weeks are going to be really intricate tags, and I've got my samplers to do for Rachel and Sarah, and I start this week with all of those pet sittings, so I might stuff myself right up. Never mind. Okay, there's some circles. put some little buttons. I think it probably, Anne was right to put some fancy larger buttons. That might be a bit too close. A bit of dark. How about a bit of dark? Very, very royal. All right, so Lily and I hope I didn't already talk about this. Oh, I don't know, probably did, I've forgotten already. Lily and I went to, we're going, might have mentioned that she's decided, because Harry Styles, who used to sing in One Direction, but who's now Harry Styles, was one of her favourites. And I'll put a yellow one, orange, not yellow. Anyway, he's in the new Marvel movie. So I did say already, I think, that we had to do a bit of a binge watch of the Marvel movies. But now we've been binge watching Spider-Man, because a new Spider-Man's out at the cinemas this week. And so we had to binge watch all of those. So we ended up so much. I did do some embroidery while I was doing this, but we ended up watching, I think, 5 Spider-Man movies. So we were ahead before this week, Thursday evening when we go to watch. So there you go. Do I want them there? I think I might like them like little cogs. So we've done a lot of cooking, which is fun. We put the Christmas tree up, although I think that was the week before. I might have already mentioned that. Funny year. Every year's different. I've been looking at people's houses and seeing how many people haven't got Christmas decorations. Did you see that? That flew over there. How many people just haven't bothered this year? And I've been having some interesting conversations with people about this post-COVID mentality, you know. I went to my brother's auction on the weekend, and they've got the most gorgeous little house, and it's in a beautiful area, Carlton. I just love it. I would have loved to have bought it because it was just so gorgeous there, and what they've done with it is beautiful. It's all renovated on the inside, and it's beautiful. And they're so embarrassed. Like, no one turned up for the auction. It's just this weird post-COVID thing, because a month ago, lots of people were showing up and coming and doing, you know, buying at auctions, and then all of a sudden everyone's stopped. So, yeah, we're in a weird thing. So I've been noticing and looking at how many people have and haven't got Christmas trees up. And the man up the road is a diehard. He does the whole lot. He does all the lights. He does the moving reindeer. He has a little nativity scene in a box that is a box that locks up, actually, believe it or not. It actually does. It locks up. And I think I don't know if he just brings it out at Christmas, or if, well, I don't know. I haven't noticed it, so maybe it's only out at Christmas. Has the lights on the roof. Well, anyway, he's a diehard. You don't stop him. He's got his in the front yard, they've got a, what do you call it, a fountain with Mother Mary, very, very big, impressive display. And he's still got his lights up. Some people have got them up, but I think there's seriously lacking in the light department and the decorations outside. I don't think anyone can be bothered this year. Maybe a blue one. I feel like I'm supposed to have some fancy buttons, but I'm just not that organised. Oh, there's a little anchor on that. Isn't that cute? I have haven't got fancy buttons today. Does it need? It looks like it needs some bling. Anyway, I've got a lot to do, so I probably shouldn't be faffing around. But it was nice to go to my brother's auction just simply because I hadn't seen his wife's mum for a very long time, and I had never met her brother, and I hadn't seen her sister either for 20 years or something, a long time too. So it was nice to stand out in the street and have a little chat with our masks half-mast so we could talk. Just doing a little pistol stitch here. I feel like I need to go and look and see if I've got any fancy buttons. Or I think I'll do some seed stitch. That's what I'll do. Very relaxing seed stitch. Maybe some large seed stitches. Got caught on the phone, and isn't hands-free good? Because I could just keep going. So I'm just doing a couple of French knots. I have put on, I went and had a look quickly, and I found this button which is from an old coat. And look, isn't it beautiful? It's got like a little brass insert, and then all around the outside it's like it's been hand sewn. Almost. I mean, there's the back of it. And then I found this little flower one. So how cute. I thought I'd bling it up with a little bit of metal. Or metal it up. Alright, let's finish that bit. And then just finish that little bit of seed stitch. Then I better get onto my sampler. Or samplers, plural, before I get too far behind. Oh dear. Now putting that button was good because it meant that I can do less seed stitch. Not that I want to, because I find it quite peaceful, quite relaxing. I might come over here to do just that little bit there because I think I'm going to run out of thread. Now, I wonder if I've got any more of that thread. I mean, I know I've got some more, just, is it close by? That's the question. That's not quite right, because it's probably one from a different batch, but it's close enough. Don't need much. I think, how many strands? 2 strands. Oh, it is lighter, isn't it? Oh well. So that's creativity. Mix and match. Perhaps I should put a few blues, different sizes of seed stitch, perhaps. Mix them in a bit. I need to sit down and do a whole heap of seed stitch just to relax before this mad animal feeding Christmas season. So for anyone who's been playing the game and following along, they know that Huss went home to Somalia to see his sisters and his brother, or brothers, I can't remember, there's about 7 of them, because his sister died, and to spend some time with his mum. And there's never been a date when he's coming back, so currently he had to get a 3-month ticket, because that's what you could, that's the only way you could travel on bereavement. So it was it was a valid reason to travel. So he has talked about, he was talking about coming back earlier. I was hoping he would be here for Christmas. He's now mentioning mid-January, end of January. His ticket is actually for the 22nd of February. So I'm not sure. We'll wait and see what happens with that. I mean, I think it'll cost him money, so it's probably silly to come back earlier, because it'll cost him money to change his ticket over. So yeah, by then I will have just totally forgotten who he is, I think. It's so early. It's not like it's a, not like we're 10 years down the track. All right. How is this looking? Now this area feels blank now that I've done that, but I think, or maybe I just think it looks a bit too white compared to, it's not the same, it's a bit much brilliant white than this. So I don't know, or maybe I'll do a couple of French knots to tie in that other bit with the French knots perhaps. Just bring that thread down. Oops, am I off camera? I think I just might have gone off camera. This setup's a bit wonky. I moved the table because I kept pulling it back so Huss could fit his prayer mat in over there in between the 2 tables whenever he stayed. And I kept bringing it back and back, and I got so claustrophobic up near the doorway that I told him, this is how it is. I've got to move it this way, and you have to pray this side of it, and in that way I can not do the get claustrophobic. But I still haven't managed. I don't think I've managed to get my camera, my table, and my setup all as well as I could have. Well, how about I make a plan that I start the year with it sorted? No, that's a bit, no, let's say I actually put some time in tomorrow and sort it out. How about that? I'll put that in my list of 1,000 things to do. That's a good idea, isn't it? All right, that's just popped out of there. And yeah, that's better. Just a bit more, bit of a pattern on top of that white. Time to get that in. Right, I think this might have to be it, so I can get on with the other things I've got to do today. Okay. Here we go. I think that's it for me today, because there's so many things on my list. Beautiful. I don't mind it. Is it blingy enough? I don't know. Do I want to have one of those? No. Stop. Stop. What about one of these here? No, stop. Done. Okay, that's number 50. All right, I will see you soon in the next one. Bye for now.